Marvel has announced an explosion of new superhero films, TV shows, franchises, sequels, prequels, alternative universes, and so much more. From family to horror to different gender castings, it's all happening. So if you want all the news and hidden behind the scenes details, then stick around because I'll be announcing and analysing all new 10 Marvel projects in Phase 4. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe to Planet Mark and hit that bell notification to be told of the next great upload. And tell me in the comments section below, which of these brand new projects are you most looking forward to? Ring that bell and why not donate to our Patreon to really show your support for Planet Mars so we can keep doing great projects like this one. So let's not beat around the bush, let's go straight into it. Number 1, Black Widow. Release date, May the 1st, 2020. Okay, so this is a prequel, so I'm not sure how before it is. I suppose it's when she's doing her training, so probably before Avengers, and yeah, definitely before Avengers or anything like that she's been starting before. That's what I'm guessing anyway. This, so yeah, prequel and starring Scarlett Johansson. It couldn't ever be anyone else, but I still have to say still, because later on in this list you will find some maybe controversial but different, yeah, certainly different casting decisions. But don't worry, Scarlett Johansson is still our Black Widow. And yes, this is a feature-length film. Number 2, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Release date, fall 2020. Firstly, I'm just gonna say, you definitely already worked it out already. Winter Soldier, yep, so Captain America, blah blah blah, they're all internet connected in that way. This is going to be following the events of Endgame. So you thought that Endgame, that's the end of it. No, it's not. They're still following that. I suppose it only makes sense because now Endgame is the most successful film of all time, or highest grossing film, beating Avatar. Yes, that's right, you can check that out if you want, but yeah, as of now, it is the highest grossing film ever. And it's not a film, this one. This is a TV show which will be premiering on Disney+. I'll just say it now. Basically what Bob Eisner and the people at Disney want to be doing is, you know how at the moment it's like films and the TV shows, two separate entities, pretty much completely different. You can watch one but not the other, it's fine. But what they're going to be doing is like kind of connecting them together closely. So it's like, oh well, basically they've had the highest grossing film of all time now, so it's like, well, we've got these TV shows, we've got to follow on that success of the film, which only makes sense, with these TV shows. And they'll be having like the same cast, as far as I can tell, the same cast and the same kind of thing. So hopefully this will be really good, especially if you're a big fan of Endgame, which I suppose most of the world is. Number 3, The Eternals, which will be released in 2020. Okay, you've probably not heard of The Eternals unless you're a really hardcore comic book fan, but The Eternals, although The Eternals, think of them like this, it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. At first, they were not really known, but they're hoping through mainstream appeal that people will, by the end of 2021, will love The Eternals. They're just basically a group of beings that use their advanced abilities to save humanity. I don't know whether they are eternal, I don't know, but if you know, tell me a little bit more about the Eternals. This does seem interesting. It seems a little bit darker as well, just from what I've been getting. But now here's the kicker. This will star Richard Madden and Angelina Jolie. Yes, we are familiar, definitely familiar with Angelina Jolie, so it's definitely going to be one to watch. Number 4, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, being released February 12th, 2021. So this is probably another franchise that you're not yet familiar with, but hopefully will be, and it follows the titular character of Shang-Chi, who is trying to take down his father's evil criminal empire. He basically devotes his life to that. I don't know really what the Ten Rings are, but I'm assuming it's something to do with that, what his father's doing. I suppose this is going to be a bit more psychological and kind of a bit more realistic in the sense that he's not just fighting bad guys, but he's fighting against his family and a sense of responsibility. It's just different layers for him to have to compete with. It does seem really interesting. It's one of this one and the Eternals, they really like sprung out to me as two big things, like two new good ideas, and although I'm not yet familiar with it, I will definitely be watching these. Number 5, WandaVision, release date spring 2021. Okay, so not much is really known about this one, but other than it's a prequel to the next Doctor Strange movie, which I will be talking about in a minute. I suppose, again, it matches with the whole Disney idea of what I said before of watching other things to really connecting other storylines together within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Really doing a lot more now. So basically, if you want to have a better understanding of what's going to happen in the new, or like what the people's plot and the character arcs are for in the new Doctor Strange movie, definitely watch WandaVision. Number 6, Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. Release date, May 7th, 2021. Okay, so this is a really interesting one, as it's been described, or they pitched to everyone, as Marvel's first horror movie. I suppose this one is quite a risk because the most successful Marvel movies have been family. That's not like family orientated movies, like ones which everyone can go see, but I suppose they're trying to cater to a different audience so everyone has a little bit of a slice of their pie. So that's not to say that dark superheroes aren't awesome. I mean, personally, The Dark Knight is my favourite superhero film of all time, just because it's just so dark and evil, and I suppose that's what they're trying to go for, rather more of like a horror, I'm guessing, dark, gory themes. And I suppose with a name like Multiverse of Madness, Rick and Morty fans, you can expect some kind of super sci-fi craziness going on. Number 7, Loki, to be released spring 2021. Okay, you may be thinking, well, this is a hell of a lot of movies and TV shows in the next 2 years, and you are completely correct. They could be pushed for, trying to release all this, but I'm sure, considering they've got loads of money now, that they're definitely really pushing it, and it's going to be a good investment for them. This is a TV show, which again will be airing on Disney Plus. Well, I suppose it used to be called Disney Life, but yeah, Disney Plus. It's kind of like a thing. I suppose it's one of those things like, let's get everybody to come over to Disney Plus, give them a reason to really need to come over and watch these new things, hence why they're really connecting the stories together. It's like, well, I like the movies, I want to watch this other movie, but I need to understand it more, so get a better enjoyment from it, so I've got to watch these new TV shows and pay for Disney Plus. Capitalism. I suppose, if you've watched Alice in Wonderland review, when we got invited to the premiere there from Disney, we were asked actually there, I didn't mention it in the video but I'll say it now, we actually asked by a woman that was doing some kind of polling research. It's like, well, why aren't you, do you still watch Disney Life? And I was like, well, no, I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to deny me access to the film now. I'm going to say, no, we don't watch it anymore because there's not enough TV shows. That's what they're doing. They're really emphasizing their own created TV shows of a familiar franchise. Ah, yes. Now we get it, Disney. Thank you for listening to me, however. Anyway, so back to Loki. This is, again, one of those... It's supposed to take place after 2012, when Loki ran away with the Tesseract. And it's kind of like an alternative version of Loki, because it doesn't seem like he's going through the whole Endgame and Infinite War and for Ragnarok films. It's different, so I suppose that could be interesting to see what happens with Loki. And again, it's the title character, the bad title character, so again we've got more of maybe his background and his story arc and what's going on there. Number 8, What If, being released summer 2021. Okay, this is one of those ones, if pulled off correctly, would be really, really good. It's about alternative realities, and big comic book fans will know that sometimes they do this thing where they get the good guy to turn bad, or what happens if somebody dies. How will that affect the title character? For example, I remember one where Superman is in charge of he landed in Soviet Russia, and then he's head of the Soviet Union. That was interesting, but I think it's something like that anyway. So in this one, What If asks, what if Loki got the hammer of Thor? I'm guessing there's a lot more stuff they're going to be doing. That's the only one I know at the moment. So if Loki got the Hammer of Thor, so ones have you got all of that power. Again, it's non-canon, so don't worry about all the films. It's not going to affect any of that, so they can go as crazy as they want. But there's going to be some of the cast from the films to be reprising their roles. I really want them to, they could possibly do like a Black Mirror style anthology. So like every episode is completely different. So what if Loki did this? Like what if Superman became the head of Soviet Russia? Well, maybe not Superman because it's DC. I don't know why I said that, but you know, something bad like that. And or they could do like a series long, so like American Horror Story, where each individual series is different to one another, but somehow connected. I think that could be really good as long as it's done well and it's done crazy, because they have full like creativity over this, and I want them to go crazy because sometimes it is interesting seeing like those like characters conflicted, and because it's non-canon you don't have to worry about like plot safety armor, because they can do whatever the hell they want and anyone can die and anyone can turn bad. Number 9, Hawkeye, release date fall 2021. Another TV that will be premiering on Disney Plus. This will focus on Hawkeye's time as Ronin. I don't really know much about this particular superhero. It's one of those ones I kind of like, yeah, I know of them, but I don't know too much about them. So to get some good background, as like a lot of people will need, I suppose watch this definitely. The only thing I really like whilst looking up this is that Ronin actually means in Japanese unmastered, so like a non-sensei trainee of like the arts. So I suppose it's got something to do with that. Like, I suppose it kind of makes sense if you watch the movies. But if you have any other theories or knowledge about it, let me know in the comments section below. Finally, number 10, Thor, Love and Thunder. Release date, November 5th, 2021. The fourth in the franchise, and controversially, Thor will be portrayed as a woman. But wait there, before you get the hate police, this woman is Natalie Portman. I'm not entirely sure how this transition will happen smoothly, because surely everyone and Loki will be like, wait a minute, weren't you a dude before? What? But I'm hoping that the director, seeing as the director is the person that directed Thor Ragnarok, has some kind of inkling of how to do the transition smoothly so it all makes sense in the realms of the universe. Normally this wouldn't be such a big deal, seeing as they change the actor of Batman every 2 years. But those are reboots, and this is a sequel, so that'll be interesting how they manage to do that, and that's probably why it's going to be take a bit more, like cutting a bit more good plot to make this work properly. I mean, maybe they do it like kind of Doctor Who style, or maybe Loki turns Thor into a woman. I would hope, really hope, something better than that, though. They're just, I'll turn you into a woman because that's the worst thing you could possibly be for. Oh no, you're Natalie Portman. Oh damn. Anyway, so I'm going to give you although that is the 10 big major projects, like 7 films that they're going to be releasing. There are also a few other things they kind of inclined at, and let's give them like an honourable mention. There's going to be a Blade remake starring Mahershala Ali. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. There's going to be a new Fantastic Four movie. I swear they've only tried to do that like 3 times and not particularly successful, either of them. A new X-Men movie, because obviously the X-Men is so popular, and a new Captain Marvel movie. But we're hoping for loads more information on at the Disney D23 conference next month, which we will be doing. So if you want to know way more about these films, everything Disney, theme parks, and all things awesome, stick to Planet Mark, subscribe, hit that bell notification to be told of the next great upload. Tell me in the comments section below which of these projects you're most excited for. And as well, if you really want to show your support, then donate to our Patreon. I will pin it in the comments section below. But that's about all for now. See you next time, guys. Bye 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 bye.